Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Natalie from the ANZ Institutional Banking team in Australia, and thank you for joining me for this ANZ Transactive Global training webinar. Our training webinars are designed to help you unlock the full potential and get the most out of ANZ Transactive Global, our digital web and mobile banking channel. Through a single interface, you can access common services such as cash management, trade finance, loans, commercial cards, foreign exchange and data insights. Today, I'll be taking you through the ANZ Transactive Global desktop site, demonstrating the functions and features available for customers within Australian-based site, including general navigation, the accounts menu, reporting and approvals. Following today's session, I would encourage you to view our digital services help page for further information on the topics discussed, as well as revisiting our previous webinars, and I will show you how to find these at the end of today's session. You will see that the Teams chat function is disabled. However, you can ask questions using the Q&A tab, which is located at the top of the screen. My colleagues are online and will answer as many questions as possible as we go. Today's training session is being recorded. The video and a copy of the Q&As, including any questions we're unable to answer during the session, will be published in ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, so you can rewatch or share with colleagues who weren't able to join us live. And the last thing before we start, this session is being conducted using a training environment, which means that some of the screens and the system behaviour may appear different to what you see in your ANZ Transactive Global site. So please keep that in mind as we go. For anything outside of ANZ Transactive Global, we will show screens from ANZ Digital Services Help. Let's start by taking a look at ANZ Transactive Global. The main menu you see on the left-hand side shows a full suite of all our menu options available. Your menu may show a smaller number of options, and this is due to the services that your organisation has with ANZ and the role that you have. This menu can be collapsed at any time by clicking on the icon at the top and clicking it again for that to reappear. We will now take a look at the icons in the control banner across the top, starting with the little bell-shaped icon. This is the notification and alerts icon. Click on here for any messages from ANZ. To read a message, you can simply click View or click on the message, and then the little cross to close it. Also located in this Notifications and Alerts tab is any reports that you have requested for download. They will appear here. They can be also clicked on the icon or the download button for review. The next icon across the top is the User Settings and Preferences tab. This shows for demo for myself. However, this will show as your user ID. Simply click in here to navigate through and set some settings and preferences for yourself. Starting with the Settings and Preferences tab. Here, you can alter the time format and the time zone to suit your location and preference. Also, you can use different ways of identifying numbers, and the report retrieval code. A report retrieval code acts as a password for encrypted reports. Reports that are sent to you that require a password to open. To set the password, simply type that in the field here, of which contain up to 20 characters, and click Save to save that for future use. The Notifications and Alerts submenu allows you to set notification preferences. There is a range of different options you can choose depending on your role or interest. For an example, you may be an approver and need to receive a notification or would like to receive a notification each time there is a transaction pending approval. Simply slide the button to turn that on. You may also like to receive an update when a notification when a beneficiary is updated. And this is a way of checking to be sure that the right protocols have been followed within your organisation to avoid scams. The alerts button currently isn't available, so just make sure you switch on the email alerts. The set landing page is another option where you can nominate what page you would like to appear each time you log on. So for example, if you'd like to be able to see your accounts every time you log in and have that there when you log on, simply navigate to the accounts page, go up here, click set the landing page. So each time I log in now, the operating accounts page will open, and you can do this for any page in ANZ Transactive Global that is relevant for you. And the previous logins here, it will note the last 3 times that you have logged into ANZ Transactive Global as well. Moving on to the next icon is ANZ Help. Clicking on this icon will open ANZ Digital Services Help in a new window. ANZ Digital Services Help is a self-help user guide of step-by-step instructions, instructional videos, and frequently asked questions. This is broken up into 3 sections: a search field, popular topics, and support categories. And we'll go through each now in a little more detail. The search field is as simple as it sounds. Enter a search criteria to bring up a list of information and articles around that topic. So if I was wanting to approve a payment and receive some step-by-step instructions of how to do that, I would click on this article, scroll through and read the step-by-step instructions with some screen snips to help and little tips along the way. And you will also note that all of our articles have this geography field up the top, and this indicates which region the article is relevant to. And in this case being ANZ Transactive Global sites based in Australia, New Zealand and China. Navigating back to the landing page for online ANZ Digital Services Help is our popular topics articles. These are the most commonly read articles by you, our customers. If we were to click on the register for an upcoming webinar session, here a list of current webinars that are available for registration. You can simply click on the hyperlink to register for the webinar or webinars you'd like to join, and you will have that registered and added to your calendar. We also have on this page our past webinars. Simply click on the hyperlink here, and this will open up the page showing historical webinars that we have hosted. For example, you may wish to watch our mobile app webinar where you can find out more information about what our mobile app offers and its features. Click on the play button, watch the webinar, and you will also note our question and answers from that session are also here available for you as well. And the final section is our support categories. So this is all our menu options within ANZ Transactive Global, where you can simply click on the tile and all the articles relating to features in this example will appear. So you can take a look at what a screen may look like and some of the features available. I do want to show you back at this page here, the status page. So ANZ Digital Status page provides an up-to-date information about the operation of our channels. Simply click on the hyperlink, and using a traffic light system, this will advise of the functionality of our channels. If this were any colour other than green, click in here and it will indicate which section within ANZ Transactive Global may be facing some difficulties. It will also have an article below indicating a bit of an intention of resolution or repair. Now navigate back to ANZ Transactive Global, and then we have the contact button at the top here. If you require assistance from ANZ, you can simply click on the contact button and you'll be able to call and speak to somebody from ANZ. Navigate to the region that you are calling from and view a list of contacts. Scroll down to your region where you're calling from, and a list of phone numbers and emails will appear. You can also use this list of contact details. If you receive a call from someone claiming to be from ANZ and you're not quite sure, you can hang up from that call and then dial back using these numbers. And lastly, in the icons across the top here, the log off button. Please make sure each time you have finished a session in ANZ Transactive Global, you use the log off button, and ANZ Transactive Global will log you off after 15 minutes of inactivity anyway. We will now move on to having a look at the accounts menu, which we are already in. The operating accounts screen shows a list of all accounts nominated to your ANZ Transactive Global site. Each of our menu options are displayed the same, with a control bar across the top and a grid type setting below. And we'll now go through these in a little more detail. The View button allows us to select the view type we wish. It may be you like to view accounts that are active or closed or in a folder you have created, and we'll have a look at how to create a folder in just a moment. You can also quickly perform some actions such as requesting a report for one or more accounts, and there are some actions that you can do as well in relation to a balance in the Actions tab. You can group the accounts for ease of view, such as currency. You may wish to view all your accounts in a currency block. And you may wish to filter. If you're looking for a particular account that you can't see, and you know it ends with 0011, for example, you can use the filter button for any of the tabs across the top here to locate a particular account. You can export the details on this screen to a CSV file. You can refresh to update balances. As you can see, they are located along here. And you can save the settings that you make changes of. The grid screen can be changed, and as you can see, I've had to scroll across to get some of the information here. So if you wish to move things so that they're accessible, you may also wish to alter the size of a column by simply dragging it across. Any changes you make, you can click the Save button and they'll be saved for next time you log in. Let's now have a look at how to create a folder. Simply click on the View and create a folder. Give your folder a name and click Add, and you can make as many folders as you like. Click OK. To add an account now to that folder, simply click on one or as many accounts as you like, and you can add to the folder in a number of ways. Right-click on the accounts and click Move to the folder we made, or you can use the action buttons to achieve the same, move to the folder. So when we click here, our folder is there, and when we click into the folder, we can see the two accounts that we have added. To remove an account from a folder, simply click on the account. You can right-click again and move to None, which will remove it from the folder, or once again, use the action button to remove it as well. Also within this accounts menu, I'd like to show you the search function that is available. This helps you search for transactions from the last 30 days. You can use a number of the search fields, one or more, to locate a transaction you are looking for. Today, I'm going to use the date range, for example. I'm looking for a transaction from between the 2nd to the 7th, and I can click Search, and it will locate the details from that time range. I'll just go back and show you that you can also save that search if you wish as well by clicking the Save button if it's a regular search you need to make, and the search will appear here for the future. Reports is another function that is quite relevant and common with our customers. For account reporting, the landing page will show any current reports that you have set up. This one here is a weekly schedule for an account statement report. If I wish to make a new report, I can simply click New. Select the report type that I wish to create. Select the file type. If you wish to make any of the changes here, you can, and then show the data for which you wish to view. I'll leave it as yesterday, and I would like to search or include in my report, the account being this one. If I wanted to run this report right now, I can click Run Now. But if I would like to set this up as a schedule, I can simply click Set Schedule. I can set the schedule to be, in this instance, daily, and the starting date. the time I would like to receive this. So I can set my time zone and time and give the report profile a name. If I wish to add a description and file name prefix, I can. By ticking the little checkbox here to deliver the report by email, this will be sent to my registered email address, which will save me logging in to retrieve the report as I showed it was available up here. That report will be sent to my email. That will save me logging in when I get to work tomorrow. The report will also be protected, and I will need to use that report retrieval code we set earlier in the settings tool. I can also nominate to share this report. This will allow other users within my organisation with the same permissions to be able to view that report profile. I will now click Save, and as you can see, it is here available. If I need to make any changes, I can simply click on it and click Edit. From time to time, customers will need to approve payments. To do that, simply click on the Payments tab and then navigate into the Current Payments submenu. Here, this page will show a list of transactions that are sent for processing or pending being sent for processing. To navigate to the payment that you wish to approve, you can simply click on it if it's visible. However, if you are having difficulty finding the payment, you can use the filter button. Simply click on the filter button to filter a feature or an amount, for example, that you know that will help you, and then you can click on it. An alternative to that is using the payments for my approval, and this will bring up all the payments that are in a pending approval status. Once I have navigated to the payment I need to approve, the payment can be approved in a number of ways. You can right-click on the payment, approve, reject it. You can also use the buttons in the control bar across the top. And the third option is you can click on the payment. If you wish to view the details particularly, you can, and then you can use the buttons in the control bar to make your decision. There are a couple of report actions you can do from this sub-menu as well. Another important feature is our payment tracking. Payment tracking allows you to track payments that are an international payment, an Australian RTGS payment, or a New Zealand SCP payment. By clicking on the payment, you will receive a status update, and you will also receive the flow of the payment. In this example, the payment started with ANZ, went through our intermediary bank of DBS in Singapore to reach its final destination of the Bank of America. You can also see in each stop if there was any deductions taken. And if a report is required for this, you can simply click the download report and a report will appear. Moving on, I would also like to remind you all that payments can also be approved in our ANZ Transactive Global mobile app. The mobile app requires the same user password and permission and login user ID, and is very easy to install on your mobile phone. And also the approval process, the final approver will require a security device in the form of either the ANZ digital key, which is a mobile app, as well as, or the security token. And I'm going to show you as well how you can also order a security token or the ANZ digital key for an existing user. Let's take a look at that now. The service request menu here is where we can do that. Service requests are available for our customers to lodge requests directly with ANZ to save a phone call, email, or a form. This menu is broken into 4 submenus. Payments and transactions. Here, you can lodge requests for payments and transaction type service requests. For example, you may need to trace a transaction to understand where it came from or went to. You may need to claim a missing deposit, to recall the payment, and other various transactions. Today, I'm not going to look at those in detail, but I am going to show you the digital channel, which allows you to order and set up the ANZ digital key or the token for a user. So simply click New, and in this menu, we can create a user, we can amend an existing user, or also delete an existing user. Today, I'm going to click Amend User so that we can amend a user and provide them with the ANZ digital key. Click Add, select the user, and OK. Scroll down, and if I need to make any changes to this user's profile, I can. But in this instance, I just simply want to click to add the ANZ digital key. You can also add permissions or remove permissions while you are here. Click Next. Select and read the important information checkbox and submit. Now, this request will go through the same approval process as a payment, for example, would. So if you need 2 or 3 people to approve that based on your administration model, it will require the same. And once it's been approved by the desired number of people, it will be sent directly to ANZ, and ANZ will commence working on that. You'll receive a notification up here if you have an alert for that request, and it will direct you back into here with an update down the bottom here with any further information and updates. I now want to take you through the Applications button, which is the menu option at the very bottom here. The Applications allows you to access other applications you have with ANZ Transactive. For example, you may have access to Trade or the APIA portal. You can simply click on whichever one you have access to, and it will direct you to the site in a new window in a single sign-on, so there will be no need to re-log in again. In my demonstration environment, this doesn't work, but you can see what it will do. And as you can see, we have many other channels that you can access through that. So that brings us to the end of our Transactive Global webinar for today. We have covered a lot in today's webinar, and a reminder that a recording of this session, as well as the Q&A, will be added to ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, should you wish to re-watch or share with a colleague who couldn't join you today. You can get to the ANZ Digital Services Help by scanning the QR code that is currently on my screen, or by clicking Help icon next time you are logged into ANZ Transactive Global. I hope this session has been of value, and we look forward to you attending our future ANZ Transactive Global webinars. Thank you and enjoy your day.